Welcome along to EXFL Tier 2 Season X. We are here for round 20 out of 22. It is the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And we are approaching the final few races now. The final three of this glorious season. Both championships still undecided. However, one can be wrapped up tonight with the Constructors. There are quite a few other stories, including that one, that we're going to cover in qualifying for the race. And yeah, let's get into it. So after a crazy Brazilian Grand Prix last time out, there were a few changes to the order. Still didn't stop Adam from claiming his first victory. That was solidified, and he is now an EXFL Tier 2 race winner, the 70th different driver to win a Tier 2 Grand Prix in its 10-season history as we're approaching the end of Season X. Sombra, 3 races. This is his 4th, as he's currently spun. Gone too deep at turn 4, I believe, or 3. 4th race, 2 podiums to his name, a 3rd and a 2nd. And could have been another podium in Mexico, but he got a drive-through at the end of the safety car, so that put him down in 11th. So he picked up P2 last time out. Eggy, there he is. 50th race last time out, 14th podium with P3. Still yet to get that first win, meaning I believe overall in the history of EXFL, both Tier 1 and Tier 2, if he does end up getting a win, that will be the most podiums before a first win. But we'll see what he can do today. One of the biggest stories is that Ferrari can win the Constructors' Championship tonight. They have a 86-point lead ahead of Aston Martin, and after today there will only be 86 points remaining. So all Ferrari have to do is score one more point than Aston Martin. And, well, Aston, to keep their hopes alive, they have to score one more point than Ferrari. Simple as that. Whoever scores the most will either win the Constructors or will still have a chance. And as for Sauber, because they're the only other team who can fight Ferrari, they are currently 95 points behind the Scuderia. So they need to outscore Ferrari by 10 points. If they do not do that, then if Ferrari can outscore Aston, just overall, Ferrari will become the Tier 2 Season X Constructors Champions. Obviously, McLaren being the most successful team in Tier 2 with 3 Constructors Championships. Every other team who's ever won a championship has only won 1. So Ferrari will be able to claim their 2nd Constructors Championship after Season 5. So 5 season increments between the two of them. So yeah, all down to Chubster and Sam today. And Sam's racing, which is great to see as we make our way from the Constructors battle over to the one that's capturing everyone's attention at the moment. The Drivers' World Championship fight between three drivers with 3 races to go and only 6 points separate them. We have Sam L drifting and Josh Hewitt. And as you noticed at the start of qualifying, due to that incident between Josh Hewitt and drifting last time out at the Brazilian Grand Prix, that has landed Josh Hewitt with a qualifying ban. He accumulated enough instant points to serve one today, so he's got it all to do from the back of the grid as the drivers are now setting the first lap times of the session. Nearly already a third of the way done as Sam L has set the early pace on the mediums. I'm pretty sure from what I saw he was really good here at Vegas, and it's what he needs. And well, to be fair, I believe that may have been drifting giving Sam a bit of a tow there, but Stelios has just done a 31-0 as Chubster has gone ahead of his teammate. So we're going to see some pretty quick lap times, especially with the tow. I mean, look at the mini-map. They're all in one area, one half of the track. And really only there's one Haas in the second half, which is Adam at the moment, currently finishing his lap. So yeah, we might see some big margins today with a tow or not. We're going to see some pretty quick laps as well, even challenging Tier 1, I'd say, because of this kind of track. But it's going to be a bit of a lottery to see who gets it. And I'm sure it'll be a bit of a chaotic one. But that's what we're here for. And hopefully they'll put on a good show, as Adam does go P2. Hasn't yet had a pole. Obviously, like I said, had his first podium and win last time out in Brazil. Has qualified on the front row a few times before this season. this being his rookie season. It's been a great season for him so far. Currently 9th in the standings, 6 points behind his teammate Frosty Life for 8th. And then, well, there's a while to go to the next car. And that next car, 7th in the World Championship, is Ridian. And it comes with much sadness that this will be GXL Dragon or Ridian's last EXFL Tier 2 Grand Prix. And he will spend his 58th and final race around 25 laps of the Las Vegas Grand Prix to seal off his season and pretty much acclaim 7th in the championship. He's been a standout driver at the start and end of the 10 seasons we've had. What was it? He was here for the first couple seasons and he's been here for the last couple seasons, and he's definitely left a mark. That's the Haas. I don't know if that was Frosty. No, that's Adam, who's already done a lap, so I think that was all fine. Yeah, we're a third of the way in then. And yeah, drifting then does lead the World Championship. 4 points ahead of Josh Hewitt, who has it all to do from P18, as Josh Hewitt is only 2 points ahead of Sam. Remember, there was only 2 points separating the three of them heading into Brazil. Sam didn't even race, and yet the top two championship protagonists only got 8th and 10th. So 6 points separate them with 3 races to go, and it's anyone's game at the moment. I still wouldn't discount Eggy. Eggy's only 33 points off the lead. As much as it's a 3-way fight, Eggy with that P3 last time out did gain quite a lot of points. And he's not a million miles away. So we'll see what he can do. He's just been there consistently, not getting pens, getting the points. But if we want to talk consistently getting the points, the only driver to score points in every single race this season has been Chubster. 20 in a row. The record's 25. So if he carries on next season, he hopefully will be able to rewrite that. But at the moment, he's had some good solid qualifyings this season. In terms of the race lately, he's either been involved in an incident lap one, either his own error or not even incidents, just some of his equipment failing him. I remember that race where he was ghosted the whole time. Compared to the first half where he was excelling, we're seeing slight glimpses of him returning to the top 5. Like right now, he's 3rd, so that's good. So yeah, we had Celios at the moment on provisional pole, just under 3/10 ahead of Adam, who's ahead of both Ferraris, who obviously they know they can win the Constructors tonight. And if it finished like that, that would certainly be enough. We've got Dello, Josh's teammate, up there in 5th. And now that's replaced by Ridian, who may have got a bit of a tow from the Red Bull of Zach, who is the debutant for tonight. Zach B in the Red Bull, fully promoted to the Red Bull as well, alongside Stelios. So there are going to be some tow games probably happening to see a few people out of position. With Zach's pace, it's really a bit of an unsure one. I don't think he's going to be fully at the back. I'm pretty sure he's actually kind of close with Sam in terms of pace, so that could be interesting. But right now, being 1.6 seconds off, he is on mediums, to be fair. It'll be a bit of a surprise to see what happens. So yeah, both Ferraris, Ridian, Dello. La Sombra currently in 7th, but I'm pretty sure he'll be going again. Warren, who got his first and only podium of his... it's first of 2 podiums here last season in Vegas, after in his 50th race. So Warren's proved to be pretty good around here. Not being on the hard compound tyres this time, however. So he's currently 9th, ahead of his teammate Drifting, who's down in 11th, who's not a million miles away from Warren, so there might be a bit of team play there for Warren to give his teammate a tow. And in between them, we have Frosty Life, who's up by 9/10 at the moment in P10. And he's looking pretty good so far on this lap, as he sees the Williams in front of him, and he's going to try and get close enough for a little bit of a slipstream, as the Williams will hopefully get out of the way, which he does. So that's a lovely little slipstream for Frosty Life, as he's just got a couple corners left, and he'll blast whatever little battery he has left, as Sam L now just goes ahead of Stelios into the 1:30 30s, but I believe Frosty Life may have something to say about that. Across the line for the Haas, but he's invalidated right at the end, and that would have been provisional pole, but he turned in too early, just across the line. Oh, and that would have been such a good lap. Frosty Life, who's been on really solid form in the last however many races, getting constant top 5s and front rows, and that would have been provisional pole. But now we see the Aston Martins about to cross the line with Warren and Drifting. I believe they've just finished their lap. Sombra goes third with his lap, and we see in the background the Red Bull, I believe, of Zach in the pit lane. So we have the McLaren of Yonder now finishing a lap, but it's not a quick lap, so he'll probably be heading back into the pits. We see Stelios just in front as he's down by 0.8 of Dello. Now he's behind, so he's let Dello go, and behind them is Adam. He's gaining a little slipstream as well. They're trying to gain anything they can. You can see on the strip now the cars who are on it pretty separated. You see, is that the Ferrari of Sam? Yeah, that's fine. And is that Eggy as well at the back? He's not on a lap. Ah, so disappointing for Frosty. A 30.7 he could have set. But now we'll see across the line, or into the pit lane, should I say, Dello, as he's given up on that. Adam crosses the line, and now he does a 30.7. So he's now on provisional pole. And they're getting quicker and quicker as Eggy now begins his lap. Sam is into the pit lane. And while all this is happening, Josh Hewitt is watching this all unfold. Dry race, by the way. Dry quali and race under the night sky here in Vegas. Let's look back to the Aston Martins then. Looks like Drifting's backed off on his lap. Warren still pushing. So for Josh, considering his championship rival is in 11th at the moment, he'll be hoping that carries on. But we know Drifting right towards the end of qualifying as Warren goes 6th. Drifting usually always does pump in a pretty good lap to see himself at the top. And he might be going again. But look at his battery. Not even fully charged, as that's invalidated. So don't know if that's invalidated this and next lap. Maybe. Probably. We see Birdie Saints closing up to the back of the Aston. That was probably more of a hindrance than a tow. I believe that was Warren. Yeah, because... yeah. But he's down in 14th at the moment. Up by 0.2 in the first sector. Then the 2 RBs of Bluey, who's up by 0.4 when he crossed the line. But he's on an outlap now. Nathan's still in the pit lane. And Eggy, 1 minute 0.2 in the middle sector. But invalidated. I was going to say, I believe the end of the middle sector, you're less than a minute. Adam just heading into the pit lane now with 5 minutes remaining. Top 5 still in the pits. Warren will be heading back in soon as well. Ridian's about to begin a lap. Yonder is finishing the first sector split now. Is he currently on one? We'll see. He is, and he's up by a couple hundredths with a 26.1. And we see Frosty Life now into his pit box. As we see towards the end of the strip, Birdie Saints through the last couple corners. He's currently 2.3 seconds down with a 32.0. And he'll cross the line to improve, hopefully. But, yeah, 32.2. Yeah, 33.0 to a 32.2 to put himself ahead of Zach. He's about to begin his lap as Ridian's back into the pit lane to make that the top 8 now. Yonder down by a 1/10.5. He's lost some time. Zach B, oh, getting quite close there in the pit lane with the RB of Bluey. So it's just the calm before the storm at the moment, really. As I think that's Drifting, just waiting to be rolled into the box. And Yonder looks like he'll abort his lap. And they'll all gear up then. And this is going to be quite an interesting dash to the end. Birdie might be on another run. Looks like he's pushing, but he's flashing. So, not quite sure. Nathan out there now, followed by the Haas of Adam on provisional pole. So he's the first out. He wants to get a lap done early. And you can just see so many in the pit lane now. Only 3 cars out on track with just over 3 minutes remaining. But they're going to gear up. And that's the Ferrari of Sam L heading out. So the top 2 currently in qualifying are the first 2 heading out for their last runs. Birdie isn't on a great lap. So he is going to head back into the pit lane. Yes. With 2 minutes 50 to go, it's going to be a bit close if he can get in and out again. As we see Nathan and Bluey now on the chat. So Nathan will be starting his last run, I believe. So it'll be Nathan, then Adam, then Bluey, then Sam, then I believe that's Ridian, and then they're all coming out of the pit lane now. Warren, Yonder, Frosty Life, followed by the Red Bull, and there might be some traffic, to be fair, to those starting their run. Nathan, he's got a bunch of traffic in front. Whether that's going to be a hindrance or give him a potential tow, don't quite know. But Adam is about to start his last run. So riding on board with the Haas driver, diving into turn 1, then heavy braking, down into gear 3. Want to ride over the curb to gain some traction. Taking his way nicely through 2 and 3, keeping it tight to the wall, wide on the exit. DRS open, blast a little bit of battery, and like I said, the traffic is going to have to get out of his way if he's to claim that first pole position in Tier 2. First win last week, and he's searching for P1 in the other session as he's about to finish the first sector split. And he's found nearly half a tenth as he makes his way into probably the most technical part of the racetrack. Left, right, left as he passes the sphere. And just trying to use all the tyres possible. Didn't quite hit the apex there, but now he'll just keep his car in control through the tight kinks of the middle sector as he's got so many cars behind him. And you can see in the strip there, as a little bit of a hesitant movement there on the left. You can see at the end of the strip, so many cars gearing up to about to begin their laps. And Adam will finish his middle sector split. And he's now focusing his way onto the strip. Birdie Saints is out, P13 at best. And it looks like Adam will get no traffic as we see Sam beginning his lap. And you can see quite a few of them are in a slipstream of one another. So Adam making his way into the final couple corners, trying to extend his margin to pole position of over 2.5 tenths. With a 30.7 provisionally on the pole position time. Adam will cross the line now. Can he go any quicker? Across the line for the Haas. It's a 30.8. He's lost some time. So at the moment he's still on pole. But for how much longer? Because Sam L has found himself behind the McLaren. And that's going to give him a great tow throughout his lap. And I believe that McLaren is Yonder. Yonder, who finishes his first sector split. Sam up by a whole tenth. This area might hinder him slightly. But through the strip will give him a lot of confidence. As long as he doesn't get too close to the McLaren. Ridian, in his final qualifying lap in Tier 2, making his way onto the strip. And we're seeing the cars now about to finish their lap. Stelios will finish his first sector split. May have found some time, I'm not quite sure. As we see the RB of Bluey now about to cross the line. And here we go then. In the next minute or so, we're going to know our grid for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Bluey goes P15 to out-qualify Nathan, who's out. So for a second time in a row, Bluey out-qualifies his teammate. Now we see the Aston Martin of Warren cross the line. Let's see what he can do. A 30.7 is the time to beat. He does a 31.5, followed by Ridian, who will cross the line. He's a couple tenths up. Where can he go in his final race? P5 at the moment. And here we go. Has Sam been hindered? Or is this going to be pole position for Sam L to cross the line? And he's missed out by 2 tenths. Who else can challenge? It's Sombra now on provisional pole, as it was for the briefest of moments a Haas front row lockout. Now we see what Chubster can do, as he's invalidated, unfortunately. And now we see, is Adam going again? No, but Frosty Life has managed to get his time up there for P3. What are the challengers? Stelios is invalidated. Delo's invalidated. What about drifting? He's getting a brilliant tow from the Red Bull. Crosses the line. It's P5 for drifting, right behind his championship rival. And Zach B goes P10 in the end there. Delo is invalidated. And I believe that is qualifying. Sombra, right at the end, has taken his second pole position. It's back-to-back poles for the Mercedes driver. Last time out, the session was cut short and he got the fastest time in when the rain came down. This time, right at the end, he snatched it away. But Haas, take a bow. What a performance from Adam and Frosty Life, second and third. And yeah, in terms of the championship, fourth and fifth for Drifting and Sam. While Josh Hewitt is down in P18. He's got it all to do then. Eggy, 15th. He's not going to be happy with that. So yeah, Zach in his debut qualifies in the top 10. Sven saying to Nathan, "Get out the way." So it looks like looks like Eggy got held up. But yeah, here we go then. Typical strategy around here is usually medium hard or hard medium. Soft medium or medium soft is a bit of a stretch. But with safety cars pretty much guaranteed, this is going to be quite an interesting one. 3 races to go, remember. 6 points separate the 3 drivers fighting for this championship. And for the other championship of Ferrari, remember, Ferrari just need to outscore Aston Martin in terms of their total for this race. So you combine Drifting and Warren's points, you combine Chubster and Sam's points. If Ferrari have more than Aston, they win. And if they don't, it carries on to Qatar in a week's time as the formation lap begins. Let's have a look at tyres. Alright, so it is a bit of a... Well, throughout the top 11, bit of a change. We got 3 in a row, times 2. We got the top 3 starting on hards then. Both Haas cars and Sombra looking to go hard medium. The 5 behind them, the two of the championship protagonists on the mediums. They're the first 2 on the softer compound tyre. Then we have Stelios, Ridian and Chubster. And then we have Warren, Zach and Dello on the hard compound tyres. And everyone else who follows behind on the mediums. We see Josh Hewitt there at the back. Well, when you've hit last, there's only really one way left to go. And that is up. And he'll hopefully be making his way up through the field. We know he's a good starter. He just has to pick his moments, really. And we'll see where he can get up to. Whoa, Sombra and Adam getting very close there. All 18 still on the formation lap, which is good. And yeah, Ridian in his final Tier 2 Grand Prix at the Las Vegas Strip at the moment. Qualifying 7th. He used AI earlier to predict the race outcome. I had a little skim over it. It talked about Stelios getting pole and Eggy getting the front row and Ridian qualifying 6th. So one of them was kind of accurate. I think in the end it put Ridian, 4th in the end, but we'll see. It could be a pretty crazy race. Time penalties, don't know if they'll really affect too much here, but they are kind of common. It's just about battery, really. That's a big key around here. And playing DRS games, hopefully it won't be until the final few laps that happens. But yep, Sombra, Adam and Frosty have shown really good pace in the second half of the season, and now they are going to line up on pole. The only track that really goes around a corner, unless you maybe have 20 at Silverstone, then maybe the last row will be a bit curved. But yep, the championships are going to be decided in the next few weeks. Josh Hewitt sent to the back of the grid because he's got a qualifying ban. So he has it all to do from P18. And where can he find himself by the end of this 25-lap race? Where will Sam and Drifting be in terms of the championship? Well, 6 points, 3 racers, 3 drivers, 1 championship. But at the moment, we're at the Vegas Grand Prix where one of them can be decided tonight. It's lights out and away we go at Las Vegas. It's Sombra and Adam fighting away off the line, and Sombra leads into turn 1. Good start from Sam to the inside, and Drifting taking advantage of Frosty, starting on the hard compound tyres. Bit of contact throughout the back of the field as we see Josh Hewitt is already up to P14. He's in the cluster as he sees his teammate get collected with Eggy, and Josh Hewitt's already up to 12th. 6 places gained. He's got one of his championship rivals' teammates, both of his championship rivals' teammates right in front of him, where he's had incidents in the past few races as Frosty Life drops even further down the order on those hard compound tyres, and Stelios fighting away with Drifting for P4. Drifting to the inside, holds on to the position as Frosty struggling down the order as Chubster and Warren are side by side, and Josh trying to carefully make his way through the pack. But like I said, his 2 title rivals of Sam in the Ferrari and Alex in the Aston Martin, their teammates are in front of him as Sam L is now in front of Adam. He's up to 2nd now, and he's in the slipstream of Sombra. So, biggest gainer at the moment, it's Christian up to 7th and Josh Hewitt up to 12th. And he's in the slipstream, but we need to look forward to the front. Sam gaining. Yonder's now left the session. As Sombra just holds on to the lead then, looking at the end of the strip. And Josh Hewitt is up to 10th there, sliding off is the other Sauber. Going straight on is Dello, having issues. Sombra completes the first lap then. And up 8 places after the first lap. Josh Hewitt is into the points already, as he was past Warren and Chubster. Those are 2 big moves. We unfortunately didn't get to see it fully, as Frosty Life allows Joshua in a 9th. He's halved the field in about 2 minutes. Frosty Life just going ever further backwards, unfortunately, as he's really struggling. Warren going defensive on Chubster, as we'll keep it on pens for now. There we go. Chubster spies a gap. We see Warren with wing damage on his left end plate missing. So that's going to hold them up. That's going to allow Josh a bit of breathing room. And yet, with DRS being activated this lap, you can surely assume that Sam will be taking the lead. Christian, 3-second time pen. So Josh is now a net 8th. What a start. But unfortunately for his teammate, down in P18, missing the right part of his wing. And Yonder, connection issues, unfortunately, putting him down to 17th. As look at that, Warren nearly out of a second already. As the detection point will be coming up. The leaders are about to pass it. It's right here, there on the line. So we can see Sam with 40%, Sombra with 80%. But Sam is gaining in the slipstream, using his DRS and hot lap to take the lead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Sam L into P1 as Yonder's back. As we see single file throughout the back. Josh gaining on Christian, who I think may have hit Zach a bit there. For Josh's sake, he needs to get close to these guys, because look, the top 6 are already outside of a second ahead. Here comes Sombra fighting back with Sam as they start lap 3. But Sam holds on to the lead for now. And yeah, Josh just keeping things tidy as we look further back. Warren being overtaken by Chubster, just holding on to Frosty Life, as that's Yonder back in his car. And Dello, with wing damage, has got it all to do from the back, as Sombra fighting away with Sam again. He's not messing around, and he's back in front of the Ferrari. And we see Adam close to the Ferrari as well. Remember, in Mexico, when Adam hit the back of Sam into Josh, so he's got to watch his braking here. But yeah, so far, Drifting and Sam doing what they need to. It's a bit reminiscent of Mexico, actually, in full, with Sombra and Adam. Stelios also there, like he was in Mexico, until he slid. Yonder's having so many connection issues. So yeah, Zach B for Red Bull, 5th and 7th at the moment. But yeah, as you can see, he's lost half a second to the leaders on this lap. So Josh Hewitt, 7th looks alright, but at the moment, it's not enough. And Zach's got barely any battery. Tristan's got not too much more. Josh has got a lot to use. As we see Drifting overtaking Adam flying past, using a lot of his battery that we've seen throughout the season. So now he's up in a 3rd. As we look into the background, Josh Hewitt has got Christian. So that's 1 more position gained. 10 places in 3 laps for the Sauber. And he's going to try and make it 11 as he closes up to the back of Zach, who's doing a pretty good job so far in his debut. As the leaders carry on to lap 4, we got an incident there with Birdie spinning around at the end. These walls can really catch you out. And we see Christian side by side with Josh. He had a bit of a run there. And he's going to try and go round the outside of the Sauber. Stelios and Adam swap positions. Josh giving him just enough space. They connect. And Josh has to get out of it before there was a full-on collision into the wall. So that's lost Josh some time. That's allowed Chubster and Warren to close back up to him. And Frosty too. So Josh has to watch himself. Adam falling to the back of towards the back of the train. Ridian's still there as well. As Josh Hewitt now finds himself down the order. Probably getting involved with, oh my god, even more with Chubster and Frosty Life. And even more contact between this middle pairing of the grid. So yeah, he was behind Warren. Warren may have hit Josh, I'm not too sure. But that's undone a lot of Josh's hard work there. Lost him another 3 places, so he's got to try and get past them again. As we see Sam L closing up to Sombra, who's very comfortable at the moment with enough battery in 2nd place. As we see Josh getting past Chubster. And using a lot of his battery as Warren's getting past Christian. As Christian breaks a little late, that sends Chubster, and Adam is round now. 2nd car in 2 laps at that area of the track. Drops fully out of the points now. As Sam leads the Grand Prix. Does Adam have wing damage? He has both his end plates still. Josh back up into the points. And yeah, we can see Warren really going defensive on Christian and Frosty. And you can see Christian's running into the back of him. Josh spies a gap on Frosty as Sam and Drifting are fighting now. No, they're not. Sombra and Sam are fighting. Swap of leadership. Drifting's just watching this. Staying cool in third at the moment. And Josh still behind Frosty Life. I guess another thing besides battery is braking like that. As Eggy loses the place to Nathan, who's in this train as well. Good on him. Yeah, you just got to spot your braking at the end of the strip and corners like that as well. As Christian's all ghosted. Fighting away with Frosty. Very close. Bit of contact. And now it's the top four. As unfortunately, Ridian's found himself dropping out of that. Just a bit on his own in fifth now. Same with Zach, actually, in sixth. Warren, even with wing damage, is still holding his own as Christian goes too deep and rejoins. And, well, Frosty and Josh avoided him. Chubster got a little collected with the McLaren as now Sam L and Sombra swap once again. So the top four stay as they are. And we can see in the background it all kicking off. Warren still far enough in front of Frosty, who's far enough in front of Josh. And we see in the background nearly three wide as Chubster, then Frosty Life, then Nathan, as Warren now gets a pen. As Eggy and Christian are fighting away for P13. And we see the two leaders very close, separated by less than half a tenth. Sombra versus Sam. And it looks like Sombra's back in front of the Ferrari. And while there's Drifting saving his battery, Stelios has got plenty to use if he wants. So Josh in a net 8th at the moment. Quite a lot of seconds off the top guys. That nearly looked like he ran into the wall. He's just got to try and keep with DRS as well. As Frosty's closing up to Warren. Warren's not going to be doing them any favours with wing damage. As you can see, Frosty all over the back. Both of them on hard compound tyres. So Josh will probably need to do an undercut of some sort on those mediums. You can see Frosty all over the back of Warren, who's not giving an inch. You can see the gap getting ever bigger and bigger. And you can see just how much the DRS is helping them pull away from Ridian as well. We have a yellow. And that is Drifting! One of the championship leader is out of the race! He's clipped the wall! And it was a matter of time before someone did it. And one of the championship protagonists is out. Josh Hewitt, his closest rival, passes him. And that is going to mean so much to the Sauber. Drifting is out of the race. Such a detrimental moment in the context of the championship. And like we've seen a few times before, Drifting has just clipped the wall slightly. And that's lost his tyre. That is huge for the championship. Safety car will really upset those starting on the softs. Christian 10-second for hitting Eggy. This is huge for Sam L as well. Because if there's any threat that he can't race the last two, this is going to be a huge help for him today. And Josh Hewitt. Drifting, the championship leader by 4 points ahead of Josh, 2 points ahead of Sam, has clipped the wall and becomes the first retirement of a very critical Las Vegas Grand Prix. Unbelievable. We see the top two have stayed out, and Adam. So, yeah, Sombra once again has started on the hards. Early safety car has to go on to mediums. Same with Warren. Wow. Incredible. Drifting's going to be kicking himself about that, but really there's not much he can do. That wall that just sticks out as soon as you enter the strip. And it can just catch your tyre like that. It can just happen like that, all in a sudden. Wow. So, yeah, 4 points at the moment. If Josh finished where he is at the moment, Drifting and Josh would be level on points with 2 to go. Sam, he's 6 points behind Drifting. So if he finished where he is now, he would be 6 points ahead. So even though the top three are covered by 6 points now, they would still be covered by 6 points. But I get the feeling Sam's not going to finish fourth in this race, considering the two ahead of him are still yet to pit. And wow. As we saw, yeah, Warren pulling off there closely to his teammate's car. Drifting saying his wheel had an issue. I'm just looking at the replay now of his onboard of what exactly happened. As do any of the top two decide to pit? No. So unfortunate. Yeah, he's just clipped the wall. And, well, the most unluckiest and unhappiest man in Vegas, as much as there's probably thousands losing hundreds of dollars and whatnot through gambling, has got to be Drifting. And the happiest man, even though some people are winning millions, has got to be Josh Hewitt. Maybe even Sam L as well. This is huge. Some would even say massive. Wow. Yeah, Yonder said he'll try and join back soon. So you join us on lap 8 of the Las Vegas Grand Prix, where already huge drama has happened in terms of the World Championship, where the championship leader Drifting has clipped the wall they are heading to now and is out of the Grand Prix, which will allow his two closest rivals of Sam L and Josh Hewitt to gain. As I'm just going to show you now. So yeah, Zach, Drifting went into here, and that Las Vegas black banner over there, he just slightly hit the wall there, and that took his tyre off. Right there on the DHL bit, pretty much, where it just transitions over to. So unlucky. But yeah, also another thing in terms of the context, that is an Aston Martin out of the Grand Prix. And like I said, it's Ferrari versus Aston versus Sauber. Ferrari need to outscore Aston Martin by 1 point in terms of their totals and hope Sauber don't outscore them by 10. And at the moment, it's looking good for the Scuderia to pick up a second Constructors' Championship. And yeah, Drifting, who, as the safety car's in this lap, that message came up quite late. Drifting, who won the opening race, led the championship for quite a lot of the rounds. Might not be leading after today, but he's still in this fight, I'm pretty sure. As Zach B, in his debut, will be leading the restart after staying out along with Frosty Life. Sombra's got it all to do on what's going to be very worn mediums if we don't get another safety car by the end. So at the moment, Sam L is looking in a really good spot here. He's getting alongside Sombra when the leader hasn't gone though. But Zach is now putting his foot to the floor, and Sam getting slightly caught there by Adam, but he just holds on. Bit of a gap behind with Stelios, Teridian and Josh Hewitt. And 3-second time penalty for Frosty Life as well. As we see, swaps all throughout the order with Dello and Birdie Saints there as Zach leads as Christian may have overtaken someone before the line. And we have... Wait, what? Why is the safety car... the safety car's there, isn't it? We see there's a yellow dot. Stelios now at 10-second. There's a yellow dot right in front of Sam. But he's not catching it yet. There's the safety car. It hasn't come in. Unless the safety car was called and the safety car came out on track just in front of these guys. I don't know why Zach's not catching the leader. The safety car. There we go. What on earth? What? I've never seen this before. Can Zach maybe get a move on and catch the safety car, please? Catch the bloody safety car. Unless it's just one of those things where, like, waiting an extra lap or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Stelios found himself with a 10. Christian at the back with a 10 as well. And, well, we have another safety car then. the safety car's going in. You can see it. It's pulling off to the left. So we'll try this again then. Zach will gear up. And unless the safety car's just going to go in and out and we need some kind of restart, yeah, then things might change. As Adam and Sam, for some reason, getting close to Sombra. As they're just whacking one another as they now begin. Christian, another time penalty. Is that the... No, the safety car is in now. As Christian slowing down. And we have yellows at the back. But I think the race is underway then. As the top two stayed out. Carry on. As dropping all the way down the order is Stelios. Who's had a spin. And yeah, it just looked like one extra lap under the safety car happened. As Josh Hewitt is fighting away with Warren. And to the inside. And Warren still hangs it around the outside. Chubbs is slightly tapping the wall. And Frosty still hanging on to P2 ahead of Sombra. And Sombra still in front. Now getting ahead of Frosty Life. As we see Sam L fighting away with Frosty round the outside. Frosty to the inside of Sombra. Late on the brakes. Just hanging around the outside goes the Mercedes. And now we see Adam under pressure from Ridian. Warren right behind them as well with Josh Hewitt. As we see Yonder still not in his car. We look to the leaders then. Sombra all over the back of the Mercedes. Out of battery. It's just giving Sombra just enough space later on the brakes. Goes a bit deep. Frosty runs into the back of Sam slightly. And now he's got a run. Does Sombra, but Zach has moved over. His driving today has been quite questionable. But now he's into the pit lane. And that has put a marker on Sombra's race, who's into the box as well. So ruining both races for them there. As Sam L is fighting away with Frosty Life. Trying to take the lead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Frosty versus the Ferrari. Goes wide. Now Sam has the inside line. They remain wheel to wheel. This has allowed Ridian up to P3. Warren fourth. Josh Hewitt is now fifth as Sam L takes the lead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix as Warren is up in a third ahead of Ridian. So at the moment it's Sam, Warren, and now it's now Sam, Ridian net second, and Josh Hewitt is now up to a net third ahead of Adam, and then Dello's up to fifth. Remember, he was at the back at the start of the race. Bluey's up to 10th out of all this. Give me a sec. As Warren gets past Frosty Life, they're side by side and they're in the slipstream of Sam, who could come under big pressure because they have the DRS and he doesn't. He has no battery whatsoever and it's nearly 3 wide between the pair. Frosty backs off slightly. Warren now into the lead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Frosty to the inside, just hangs on, and now Frosty's all out of shape and they've just got to watch themselves when getting on the power. That's allowing Warren to get away, and Sam, with barely any battery, is going to come under big pressure now. Here's Josh Hewitt flying past Ridian, and now he's wheel to wheel with his championship rival. Started last, Sam started at the front, but by the halfway stage, Josh and Sam are wheel to wheel, heading into turn one, and looks like Josh is just ahead of the Ferrari. Ferrari still on the inside of Sam, but Josh Hewitt, round the outside, is now ahead of the Ferrari, who's just going to try and hold on to fourth with his battery, but Ridian is giving them a fight, and he's still to the inside. Goes the Williams, and Sam giving him enough space, and he might slightly tag the wall there, and he's ghosted. Hopefully he doesn't have damage, but that's allowing Ridian in his final race to get his elbows out. Both Ferraris, both Saubers, really close to one another, in fact ghosting, and that might allow Sam to actually gain back the place on Ridian by ghosting, and he has done, so he holds on. And yeah, obviously we're going to have to wait for Frosty to pit. Now we have yellows at the back, and I believe that is Birdie. He's facing the wrong way. Is the Alpine, as that might have been... Is that Yonder back in? Yeah. Here goes Frosty retaking the lead ahead of Warren.
And, yes, Sam L, look at that. Ferrari dropping even further down. Now both Saubers are in front. As Sam drops to 6th behind. And looks like Ridian's really struggling as well, as that's allowed Josh Hewitt up into the net lead of the race. Started last in 18th and now is running 3rd, as Sam is trying to challenge Dello, who's going to really get his elbows out to help his teammate. As Eggy up in 8th as well. That's going wide there. Here's Dello. Sam's getting ahead. And Birdie Saints has retired in the pit lane. So yeah, that safety car restart, the first one, not the second lap one, will be looked into after the race, but there will be no restart at the moment. Frosty and Warren have swapped, and Josh Hewitt all over the back. Ridian's managed to keep within a second, and Dello has dropped behind both Ferraris, as we see Adam fighting away with Dello, who's giving him no space whatsoever, and Adam has been flung into the air, into the wall, and now we have a virtual safety car. Dello gave him absolutely no space there, and that is a cataclysmic crash for Adam. My word. There's a Zach and Yonder. Oh, well, it's not Yonder, is it? It's Yonder's AI that's slowing Zach down. How that's only a virtual, never know. So because of that virtual, that's allowed a few people to pit. Dello in. Pluey's up to 8th. That was incredible. Adam, so unfortunate for the last week's race winner, has been absolutely launched into the air, into the wall, by Dello, who clearly has no mirrors. And I believe, because that happened right where, you know, Christian is, I believe the leaders passed the pit lane, so people like Frosty, who haven't pitted yet, couldn't quite get in the pit lane. And how that's only a VSC, again, no idea. Wow, so we've lost Drifting, who crashed right here into the wall, lost his tyre. We've lost Birdie, who a lap ago retired in the pit lane, which is fine, past the halfway mark. And now we've lost Adam, who's been absolutely sent. And if that was real, I'm pretty sure he would be needing to go to see a doctor. Zach B, drive-through, under the safety car restart then, and Sam L has fought his way back under all the pressure he had a few laps ago. Now he sees himself behind Josh Hewitt, and we resume onto lap 15 soon, and it's Sam versus Josh for the win. This is a huge advantage for them, considering Drifting's out of the race, and now these two are going to fight for victory. Remember, Frosty Life has to pit still, and Warren is still going to get in on the act. His teammate, who's fighting for the championship, out of this race, and Warren will be the net leader, but with a 3-second time penalty, he won't win this race. And at the moment, Ridian is looking to maybe get a podium in his last race. Chubster's up there as well to help Ferrari. This is great stuff with Eggy, all of the top guys, and Bluey is 8th still. Incredible. As Warren fighting away with Frosty Life there. Don't really know how much longer Frosty's going to stay out. Josh is going to find himself under big pressure, and I believe the big moments are still not over yet. So yeah, in terms of the safety car, it came in, and then unless there was that much of a few incidents at the restart which caused another safety car, because that can happen, even though it's rare, back-to-back safety cars are a thing. It's just very rare. It's because of the way the pit lane is at Vegas, where they're coming through and then the safety car like comes out of the pit lane immediately. That might be why, but then that can't be the reason because the safety car only came in the same lap. So it's not like there's been a second safety car. So there's clearly been some kind of glitch, but I don't think it affected too much per se, actually. As bit of contact between Warren and Frosty fighting away. 10 laps to go then. There's no point really going on and on about the safety car. Otherwise, we'll just miss out on what's going to happen in the last 10 laps. But yeah, Josh Hewitt all over the back of Warren, who hasn't got that much battery. And they're all trying to struggle to try and save a lot. As Josh finds himself closing up to Warren. Those mediums are definitely going to start falling off the cliff soon. 9 laps on them. And yeah, Frosty, the only one to not pit in this race so far. And we've had high drama here at Vegas, and we could be in for more. Sam's all over the back of his championship rival. Josh looking inside, outside. Warren moves late, and Sam around the outside, fighting away, has got the move on Josh. That's critical at the moment. So now Sam is in the net win position ahead of Josh Hewitt, who's nearly ran into the back. And Ridian watching this unfold along with Chubster, along with Eggy. What is it, a 7-car train for the win? We know one of them. We know it's going to go down to a 6-car train soon, with Frosty having a pit. Good. Yeah. It was not a second safety car, like I clarified. It was just it went in and went out. The safety car needed a fuel change or something. It needed to make its own pit stop or something. I don't know. I think the only person that's really affected is Christian, because he got a 10 sec. Someone else got a 10 sec. It may have even been Adam, as Warren and Frosty fight on the strip. And 3 wide, here comes Sam to the inside. Can he get the pair of them? Warren's going to leave him just enough space. And yeah, good driving between the pair of them. And Josh, he knows he's got to go for it, but also he's got to be careful as Frosty Life finally goes into the pit lane. And here is Ridian fighting away, darting around the final corner, flashing before our eyes in front of Josh Hewitt. Still trying to fight and has got the position. And now Chubster is there to give Josh a run for his money. Ridian in his final Grand Prix, really loving it at the moment. Could he potentially win this race? As we see Sam closing in on Warren, who's using a lot of battery. Bluey's now up to 7th. But I'm sure Frosty will close in any moment. Anything could happen. They're getting ever closer to one another. And Sam to the inside, fighting away with Warren, who slides into the sphere area of the track. And Josh Hewitt trying to avoid Ridian. So close to contact. They're just keeping out of the wall. Yonder, even though he's been disconnected for a lot of this race, there we go. Frosty's already got ahead of Bluey. Yonder's already up into the points, nearly hitting the wall there. Stelios hasn't given up. Neither would Sombra, even after the collision with Dello. As Ridian's now in front of Sam to the inside, and he hits Sam nearly into the wall. And Josh Hewitt's trying to get the pair of them, but he's managed to overtake Sam. They're all tripping over one another. And yeah, even though after the incident's caused, Stelios and Sombra still giving it their all in 11th and 12th. Here goes Josh Hewitt. Here goes Chubster. It's going to get so close on the strip. Ridian in a Ferrari sandwich there, as both the Ferraris are putting Josh under pressure as we enter the end of the strip. Who's going to emerge in front? It's going to be Chubster, then Sam. Josh Hewitt fighting away with his championship rival. And out of all that, Chubster's now up to 2nd and in the net win for the race with 8 laps to go. Ferrari, who can become Constructors' Champions today, are at the moment 1 and 2 in terms of penalties applied. And yeah, you never know with Eggy as well right at the back. This will be the top 5 at the moment. Oh my god. Yep, after final consideration, hopefully this is the last mention of it. Yeah, there was obviously no need for the restart. But yeah. Well, who's going to play the team game? Who's going to do what? Warren, he knows his teammate's out of the race, so he's just trying to do his own race. Chubster, what does he do against Sam with Josh Hewitt? Well, all eyes are on these guys because they know they trail drifting, and the higher they can finish, the more they'll gain and overtake him by. And they're getting really close now. It always looks like Warren's in none when they close up to him, but he's using his battery. I don't know what his wings are as they go single file, as Dello and Yonder have a swap. They seem to be the only ones within DRS outside of the top guys, as that's it. Chubster gets ahead of Warren, who closes off the door to Sam, and that's going to thwart his momentum, as that's going to allow Josh Hewitt, who's got plenty of battery if he needs to use it, to close up to his rival. He sees 3 cars ahead of him, and he might get them all, as he's passed 1 Ferrari, he's passed 2 Ferrari, now he's coming alongside his championship rival's teammate, who breaks much later, and the slight contact between Sam and Josh, but they keep it. Fair enough, and Chubster nearly whacks himself out of the race into the wall, and Ridian's all over the back of Chubster to try and get back up onto the provisional podium. Josh Hewitt now back up in to the net win, and he's all over the back of Warren. Looking inside and outside Warren. We know he's very defensive, and going very late on the brakes is Chubster into turn 1. Way too deep. Now drops to the back of this pack, and is going to have to try and push to keep with these guys. And looks like he's just about avoided any big incident there. As we see Josh Hewitt getting close to the wall, fighting away with Warren. They really need to dispatch him soon. Otherwise, there is going to be a pretty big crash. Dello now with a time penalty. And Sam spots a gap to his inside of the championship rivals. And who's going to break lace? It's going to be Josh Hewitt round the outside doing what Warren did to slide. They connect slightly, and that's going to allow Ridian to maybe get the jump on the pair of them. And, well, at least he's got Sam, who's lost a couple places due to that contact with his rival. And look at that, over a second now. So Warren lives to fight another lap. Ridian now in front of Josh Hewitt. Eggy is fighting away with Sam L, who breaks much later than the Mercedes. And they're really getting their elbows out. Well, 0-0 wings is a common setup to use nowadays for Vegas. Same with Italy. And it looks like Ridian won't have DRS. But Josh will, and so will Sam, and Eggy, and Chubster. And here we go. Josh not quite close enough, and they all managed to spot their braking. And incredibly, Warren is still holding on, but unfortunately with that pen, you could see himself drop to 6th at this rate. This will be the top 5 without any other safety cars, and Ridian, in his final Grand Prix, is winning at the moment, technically. And I'm sure what he would love to win, or at least get a podium, but he's got the 2 championship rivals right behind him. Josh Hewitt, who started last, who is already fighting with his rival, who qualified at the top. And that is Zach B. out. And we have a safety car because of it. And he's crashed before the strip somehow. And that's already neutralized the race. We might have that thing again with the restart. But yeah, that has completely changed the race slightly. End of race safety car once again. With Zach B now crashing on debut. It's not been the greatest of debuts for him. As much as he led, his driving wasn't exactly the greatest. But yeah, what do the drivers do? They've surely all got to pit onto softs if they have any. This will neutralize some stuff. It depends who the leader is, I guess. Just asking Zach for his reaction now of what happened. I guess for Chubster's sake, because Ferrari will stack, he's got a bit of a gap behind, so he should be fine actually. As all the leaders, you'd assume, would come in, it's a bit of a no-brainer. As hopefully they'll just all be able to enter the pits normally and not speed. It's going to be a bit close, but yep, there we go. All civil, all good. Frosty decides to come in as well. This has brought Yonder into it as well. After so much of the race not being in there. Bluey is still in the points. There we go. Warren back out on the softs. Ridian also on the softs, just in front of Josh Hewitt. And then Sam on the softs as well, followed by Eggy. And Dello is staying out. And where does he rejoin in comparison to these guys? Just behind Sam. Oh, and with Eggy as well. Don't really know who got ahead first. It looked like Dello may have got ahead. That's close between the pair of them, to be fair. And if he is ahead, it must have been at the safety car line, because we saw Eggy was slightly ahead, but that may have been after. The safety car line is, where is it? Not safety car line, pit exit. There, that line. Yeah, it'll be interesting. That allows Christian to serve as 10-sec, I guess. It'll drop him behind Nathan, I guess, but at least they're all bunched up now. And 5 people have 3 seconds. Dello, Warren, Frosty, Sombra, and Christian. Well, as much as Sam and Josh know there's a championship on the line, They both said their battle is fun. It's chaotic, but there's a lot of fun involved. And yeah, Delo's going to be an interesting one because he's on old mediums. I don't know how old. 7-lap old mediums. That's going to be a bit of an issue for Eggy. Bluey. It's just so good to see Bluey up there. That's genuinely for position as well. Chubster's found himself behind Bluey. Okay, so maybe double stacking did hold him up slightly because someone stayed out. Yeah, Warren's seen my message. Just to be careful on the restart. Don't go too slowly. Right, we start lap 22 then already. Is that Yonder into the pits again? What's that all about? Okay, well, I know Yonder does not like to get involved in stuff and whatnot. So maybe if he's at the back, he'll avoid that. But I really don't know why he's done that. Unless it's put old softs on or something we don't really know. I'm not too sure. Well, we have a championship fight on our hands here. But in terms of Ridian, I don't think he'll care. He wants to win this race. And I'm sure Warren is going to get his elbows out and there's going to be some kind of big moment. Wow. Could be double RB points today. That would be something. Nathan's on the verge. We know these 5 who have 3-second time penalties are going to drop down the order quite a bit. And, I mean, that's for the hope of God. Hopefully, it's clean. The safety car will probably be in this lap. Christian's just got to catch them. And, yeah, we will have 3 laps of running then. Oh, it's Frosty's unfortunately left. That's going to maybe upset the order a little bit. He's in 9th. Stelios, well, he's an experienced enough driver. He'll know what to do. Not overtake him before the line. Otherwise, he's going to have to give places back, and that's going to hold people up behind. This is going to be very interesting. Remember, drifting leads the World Championship, 4 points ahead of Josh, who was 2 points ahead of Sam. But now Josh and Sam are going to collect a lot of points at the moment to put themselves with quite a considerable 10 to 15 point gap ahead of drifting, with 2 races to go with Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Safety car is in this lap. Christian has caught the back of the pack, and hopefully when Warren gears up and resumes the race, the safety car won't, go in and go out again. Burt Mylander better stop as soon as he gets in. There's the safety car. Warren making sure not to go too slowly on this restart. And just keep an eye on the bottom right on that yellow dot. And hopefully it will disappear by the time we get back underway with racing. Warren will cross the line then to resume lap 23. And the safety car has disappeared, I believe. So we can do this 3-lap end of race sprint. Game on as Eggy fighting away with Chubster and Bluey already dropping down the order is Dello with a spin. He was 5th, remember, and that's allowed a bit of a gap between the top 4 to the rest, with Eggy maximising ahead of Chubster. Bluey still in 7th under pressure from Sombra in P8 as Warren and Ridian are fighting away for the lead of the Grand Prix as they're wheel-to-wheel finishing Sector 1. Stelios, 3-second time penalty. Ridian to the inside, fighting away with Warren, who goes off the track there, has to bail out, will go across, gets another time penalty, rejoins with Josh Hewitt and Sam watching this unfold. Now Warren slightly tags the wall. Sam uses his battery to get ahead. Warren's dropped from 1st to 4th after fighting away with Ridian, and now he has to watch his braking. Top 5 have already pulled away as Chubster boxed onto the mediums. So here are the top 5 then. Warren just keeping his braking under control then. Ridian leads the Grand Prix as that's Yonder facing backwards like Lando Norris a couple of years ago in 14th, unfortunately. And we see Sam close to Josh, who's flashing, but now he uses his battery to stay in front of Sam. And Warren's used all his battery. Down in 4th. Sam, will he have a run on his rival? They know whoever beats the other today will lead the World Championship with 2 races to go. It's Josh versus Sam, and Ferrari are still winning the Constructors' Championship at the moment. But with 2 laps to go, Who is going to win? Who's going to be on the podium? What is the result going to be? And what are we about to see before our eyes with 2 rotations of the Las Vegas Strip? And Ridian at the moment holding on to what has been an amazing last race for him. Can he convert it into a win? I'm guessing in his mind he'll hope to lose the lead this lap and gain it back on the last lap. But Josh Hewitt has raced here many times in the past. Over 100 races in Tier 2. He knows exactly what to do to win a Grand Prix. And same with Sam L. And Warren, with 6 seconds of penalties, knows he's just going to try and hang on. But Josh Hewitt makes a slight mistake there. We have a yellow, and round the outside goes Sam L. This could be for the win right here. Josh goes deep. What a beautiful move from Sam L to catch his championship rival. When he made a mistake, he pounced on it and took the opportunity. Now he has to make sure he's within a second of Ridian. It's so close, but the detection point is coming up during the strip. And we see the gap is over a second. We saw that slide from Sam, and that could have put him maybe under a bit more pressure. And look at that, he's already blasted all his battery. There's under a second. There's the detection point, and he used all his battery to get the DRS. But Sam has got no battery to use, and that's allowed Josh Hewitt to get back in front. What about Warren? He's not close enough with no battery himself. So, big fight on lap 24 between the top 2 in the championship. But now, who's going to win the Las Vegas Grand Prix? Is it going to be Ridian in his final race? Is it going to be Josh Hewitt, who started last on the grid? Or is it going to be Sam L? We start the final lap in Las Vegas. Ridian versus Josh versus Sam. Fastest lap for Sombra. Stelios and Sombra making their way through the field, even with penalties, diving past Chubster. We look back to the front then. 37% for both Sam and Warren. 30% for Josh, 30%. They've all got the same amount of battery. Eggy, don't discount him. He's got 100% nearly. But he's a bit too far behind. Diving to the inside. Sam versus Josh. They want to be in second, starting the strip. And they're still getting their elbows out. What a battle between the Sauber and Ferrari. But Josh stays in front for now. And Warren, he will still probably go for it if he has to. This is allowing Eggy. Look at him with 100%. If these guys don't save enough, watch out for Eggy. We've seen some incredible moves from the Mercedes. 3, 4 cars in one straight. And we might see a repeat. He might get Warren. Look at that battery. You can see Stelios and Sombra are closing up to these guys. We start the strip on the final lap. Josh Hewitt, blast everything. Can Ridian hold on? Here we go. It might be a run to the line as well. Stelios is out. Big crash at the back, which is going to cause a bit of a pile-up with Christian. But now, is Josh close enough? Here's Sam. Here's Warren. Here's Eggy. And is anyone close enough? It could be 3 wide heading into the end of the strip. Josh in the slipstream of Ridian. Sam to the inside. 3 wide for the end of the Vegas Grand Prix. And there's contact with Sam L around. And Josh is under pressure from Ridian, who gets involved with a crash with the other car. And Eggy, in his 51st race, has seen ultimate calamity. And it's going to reward him. Eggy wins for the first time. But he has, unfortunately, I think a 3-second penalty right at the end there. And that's allowed Josh Hewitt to claim victory. Utter madness at the end there. We thought Eggy won the race, but he must have got a penalty somehow. And Josh Hewitt now has won the Las Vegas Grand Prix at the moment. Chubster second. Sam L, after that spin, finished 6th. Both Mercedes were right there in the end. Ridian, in his final race, got a glimpse of the win with 1 corner to go, and then got tagged with, was it Warren, I believe? So much happened, I do not know. Pluie ends up getting a point. Nathan, again, another 7th. Crazy. Oh my god, wow. So much happened right there. I did not see Eggy get a 3-second penalty, though. I don't know where that's come from. Because it looked like after 50-odd races, Eggy was finally going to get his first win, and then he had a penalty. And Chubster's finished 2nd. And Josh Hewitt, at the moment, after starting last, has won. But that last lap drama, 3 wide into 1, was never going to work. But they all wanted the win for all different reasons. And, well, I think no matter what happens, Ferrari have done it. I think. I mean, Sauber did win, but I think Ferrari have done enough there to win the Tier 2 Season X Constructors' Championship. I mean, it was inevitable anyway. They were over 80 points ahead of everyone else, so Ferrari were going to win.
But yeah, that was a very controversial end to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. A lot of action, a lot of chaos. And we still don't probably know who's won properly. But with Sam making it 3 wide to the inside with Warren and Josh, I'm really not sure Josh could have done anything. Warren was sandwiched. And like I said, 3 into 1 doesn't go, and Sam spun with contact. And then what happened right after with Ridian under pressure from Josh hitting Ridian slightly, Ridian going left, and then there was another car, and I believe that was Warren. Okay, well, that's clearly a glitch for Yonder. Fastest lap being a minute. That will obviously go to whoever else got it. I believe that might have been who was it? Sombra, maybe? 32.5? Yeah. Yeah, Sombra got it. Oh, wait, no. 30. Oh, yeah, Stelios just missed out. Wow. Crazy. I mean, great performances from Eggy and Josh there, but there'll be quite a few things to say by the end. Oh, was it Sam who... Well, I mean, it kind of all did start because Sam made it 3 wide, but he's got to go for it. There's a gap there, but yeah, 3 into 1 doesn't go. And he was the one who came off worse of it, though. I'm pretty sure he hit Ridian, who was side by side with Josh. That sent Sam into a spin. So Sam, the only thing he's done is gone for it and has spun because of it. So I think that's his own thing. And then Ridian and Josh are wheel to wheel, I think. Yeah. And then Ridian gets ahead of Josh. And then Ridian slides out the last bit. And he gets collected with... It can't be Sam because he was spun. I thought it was Warren. And they... Oh, no, it may have been another car. But that's allowed Eggy to like fight through, like weave through all... There was so many cars. I couldn't keep track who was who, but... Yeah. Right then. Well, I told Ridian he could have an interview because it's his last race. So we'll get Chubster in. Who was third? I actually forgot now. It was Josh, Chubster, and then I think it was Eggy who got third. Hi mate, you there?
Yeah.
Did Eggy get third? I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, okay. So I can't interview Josh or Eggy because they're... Well, I'll talk to Josh later, but Eggy's obviously not on Xbox. And I'll get Ridian in as well. Wow, quite a few things to digress there.
Right. Have you included your audio, mate?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So... I'm trying to think now. Yeah, there was a lot to process there. But
Yeah.
in terms of overall, Ferrari have definitely scored more points than Aston Martin today. And you just needed to make sure Sauber didn't outscore you by 10. With Josh winning, but you were second, and Sam got 6, so 26, 25. I believe Della was at the back anyway. I'm pretty sure, even because you were 86 points ahead heading into this anyway, so I'm pretty sure I can officially claim this, that you and Sam have done enough, and Ferrari are Constructors' Champions for Tier 2 Season X. Congratulations.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yep. I mean, that's probably the first of 100 things we're going to have to look at there.
So you had a good qualifying. Where'd you qualify in the end?
I think eighth.
Eighth.
I did try to do one more lap, but in the last minute, but I just limits. I
That's
just
fair.
did like 2 laps, and then I just sat till the last 2 minutes.
That's fair. For a lot of qualifying, you were up there, showing some good pace. And then for the start of the race, you were roaming around the bottom of the top 10, fighting with Warren and Josh. Got very feisty. I guess that's the word to use.
Warren just keeps swerving on you. That's annoying.
Yes, he does. And then you found yourself at the after the restart with the top guys. It was about a 6-car train after Frosty Life pitted. You were 6th out of the 6 cars, and then after one lap, you found yourself up to 2nd, which was great. And then it was all swapping here and there. And then when the final safety car came out, you obviously had to box with and stack with Sam, which dropped you to Bluey. You decided to go for the mediums instead of the softs. Why was that?
Because I know I was gonna slip.
That's fair. And you obviously didn't have any. How many warnings did you have in that race?
I don't think I had any, unless it didn't show me.
Any? Oh.
Sometimes when I get track limits in our last races, it never showed me like track limit notifications, and then it'll just give it to me. So I really don't know. And even the people I accidentally bumped into, or I got hit in the back, or hit someone, I didn't get anything.
No warning,
unless it
like
did.
Collision with this
But
guy or something.
it didn't show me.
Oh, okay.
Meridian,
yeah, after
I'm always ahead of you.
after all the chaos, you found yourself finishing 2nd there. To see yourself back on the podium, this has been one of your best races since Canada, maybe?
Canada, I got lucky. I'd say China.
China. That's fair. But yeah, Sam couldn't do it without you. You couldn't do it without Sam. And both of you have worked really well together so far this season. And with 2 races to spare, I believe have done enough to be Constructors' Champions. So well done on that. And yeah, allows you to pull away a little from Yonder, who was backwards for some reason with a lap and a bit to go. But yeah, so well done today. And how are you feeling about Qatar next week?
I don't know. Since the second half, I've fallen off. So I don't know. I like that track, but it just depends.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, races like this will hopefully show some good confidence towards the end. But yeah, well done. And
we will move on to our honorary interview with Ridian. Ridian, well, first off, have you included your audio?
Yep.
Oh, mate. One corner away. An excellently executed final Grand Prix from you. You qualified 7th. Your AI predictions weren't actually too far off.
Still never got a pole.
In terms of Stelios and Sven, that was a bit of a different story. But anyway, you made your way through. You were keeping with, well, actually, the first part of the race, you fell out of DRS. Was there a mistake there, or?
Well, it was more just like I let Adam ahead, and then he was burning EOS up ahead, but I knew they were going to battle into the corner, and they collide, and Stelios stays ahead. So I end up losing DRS to Adam, and he was behind me anyway, so I didn't gain anything, which is why I was out of DRS for the first half, and then I was kind of just in my own man's land, really.
Yeah, and then the safety car came out, which obviously bunched you all up. And then you were sticking with the top guys, making your way through and through, because obviously it's your last race. You just want to focus on yourself, do the best possible you can. And then you found yourself in the net lead behind Warren, because he had a pen. I just want to ask, how many warnings did you get that race?
I had one, but it was a dodgy warning. It was
One, that's
clumping
fair.
over the final chicane, and
Right.
it was like the thing where you go
Um,
over it and it says you leave the track.
so yeah, final safety car comes out. You all stay how you are, just with bare tires, all on softs, and then you're fighting away with
Warren
Josh
at
and
the
Sam.
first.
You obviously get past Warren,
Mm.
And it looked like Warren just went too deep when you were fighting him on the restart. He just went
Yeah,
off.
I made
and
sure
then-
I was a bit aggressive anyway.
Yeah. So he dropped behind Josh and Sam. Josh and Sam had a really good fight because obviously they're wanting to be second on the strip on the last lap to get you. But because they fought a bit, that allowed them to be... They couldn't fully get past you and get ahead. It obviously led to being side by side. So when Josh got alongside you to the right and then Sam last second got alongside you to the inside, I'm guessing you were just sandwiched and couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I tried closing the door on the inside because I know if I tried giving space to Sam, I'd end up putting Josh into the wall, and Sam had the
Yeah,
ability
fair.
to back out.
So that made... I'm pretty sure most people are
It
saying...
was a Constantina
Sam just made it
effect.
3 wide, and it was his
Yeah.
own error. And he,
From what I
he
think,
literally, I think, went
it's-
over the curb and spun.
Yeah. I think it's Sam made it 3 wide, and it makes the entire thing iffy, and then
Yeah.
it kind of just brings up everything else from that.
And then right after, obviously you go left, right, left.
Yeah.
The left, Sam goes for it, touches you. Into the right, he spins into the wall. On the final left, before the straight to the line, you've gotten ahead of Josh.
Yeah. It looks
then
like because I have the
It looks
bad
like Josh has
exit.
hit you slightly.
Yeah.
And either that sent you into a bad exit, or you've just had a bad exit. I'm not
think
too
it was-
sure.
I think it was Josh, but there's nothing I could
Who-
do there, you know. It was just
And then obviously you've gone left. Was it Warren?
it was Warren, yes.
It was Warren. I thought so. So yeah, you go left, and unfortunately, yeah, you've just been collected with
Stelios.
Warren.
Yeah.
Has that? So what? And Stelios as well. Is that what?
I don't think
led
I
you
couldn't see
both to be-
Stelios anywhere, but
Do you have a clip of it, by the way?
yeah, I think I put it into the
Okay,
final
good.
lappers.
Because you ended up retiring. Was that because you actually crashed, or did you just?
Oh, I
press
just chucked
retire?
onto the line of the race at the end of the straight. I just
Oh,
chucked
right,
into the
okay,
wall. I
that's-
was crossing the line.
That's
I
fully
think I'd
understandable.
be P7 because I was just behind Sam.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, you know, there's not more I could do.
Yeah.
There's not
it's
much.
just such
I'm
an
not going to
unfortunate
gain
way.
much just arguing about it. And
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very mature.
of course, you want everything
So-
to end out better.
But
at the end
nonetheless, yeah, 58 Grand Prix in EXFL Tier 2.
You've made your mark here in such an excellent way, being here at the start and end of the 10 seasons we've had.
yeah,
Um,
kind of mold.
shame you can't do the final 2 races, but you
Mm.
enjoy... what, you going on holiday or something?
Yep, Turkey.
Yeah, exactly. So you
Getting a
enjoy
hairline,
that.
getting new teeth, nose, eyes.
Nice.
You know the job.
Yep. It's been a great season from you, though. A few podiums here and there, some great moments, overtakes, bowels.
Shame for it to end so abruptly right at the end there. After it could have been a win or a podium, but
It's kind of just been the story of my season, really. Just having good moments here. It's all looking great, and then something happens at the end, which kind of just upsets everything. But
Yep.
I'll just
Everyone-
take it. You know, I'm
Everyone
not.
wanted to win, and
Yeah.
obviously they tripped over each other. I think that's the best way to sum it up.
It's Vegas. Everything happens at Vegas.
And what stays in Vegas will hopefully...
what happens in Vegas will hopefully stay in Vegas.
Don't want
Yeah.
to see that again.
Yeah. I'm not
Um,
gonna
but yeah, it
be
was gonna
too
be-
mad about it, honestly. It's like
Yeah, it was going to be chaotic. It
Mm.
was chaotic. We're getting
Yeah.
into those final stages now.
And yeah,
I just hope Josh
um,
wins the championship now.
We'll sort it all out then. And yeah, well done.
and thank you for everything you've done in Tier 2. It's been a pleasure. And
Married.
obviously you'll stay in the league until the end of the season. And we'll go from there. But yeah, well done.
Thank you very much. I don't know if I
You guys
on
have
the
a
stream
good
there or
day.
what.
I'm going to go and interview Josh as well. I have to
Oh,
go
okay.
Discord for that. All right,
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh boy. Right, here we go. So, I have joined the Discord call.
With Joshua Hewitt. Again, I don't think you can include your audio, can you?
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter. Well then. Wow.
Wow. That's all I can say. So, positives. Let's start off. You obviously have your qualifying ban. You start 18th. Opening lap, you've got up to 10th. An amazing opening lap from you there. Darting away through any incidents and overtakes. And then I think a lap later you get another few positions. You're up into 9th or 8th. I do have to ask, what happened on like lap 4 or something that dropped you back down to 12th? Christian, right. It was like near the sphere section or something. Alright. So what exactly happened though? Right. Yeah, okay, right. So for those who may have not heard him, he was like going up the inside of Christian, maybe not fully there to deserve space, or maybe not, but Christian turned in either way, and that sent Josh into a bit of a half spin that dropped in some positions. Because I remember seeing you ghosted at the end of it and fitting yourself back into 12th. But then safety cars happened, you made your way back through the field, you were suddenly like in net 5th or 4th, and then you fought your way back up, and then suddenly you were in the net lead of the race by just after the halfway stage. An incredible drive up until then to be with your rivals. And I'm guessing when you saw Drifting O, whatever the numbers are in his name, has retired from the session, a bit of a smile crossed your face. Oh, yep. So yeah, that led to the final few laps. Before the final safety car, that battle you were having with Sam, because you said in the chat looked really fun, and I'm guessing you were having quite a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, your nerves. Oh, there was two moments. You know when you go into turn one and then do turn two. You know that DRS bit after. There was one moment where you were wheel to wheel with it may have been Frosty Life, and you nearly connected and went into the wall on the left. Or no, it might have been Christian, maybe not Frosty Life, one of the two in the early stages. So that was very close. And then there was another stage at the end of the race where on the opposite side to the right wall, you were really close with Warren to connecting. No, that was the strip. I'm on about the turn 2 to 3 straight. That DRS straight. Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, that lap where on the restart with 3 laps to go, the first two of those last three, your fighting with Sam was incredible. You got put under pressure a little bit, and Sam fully hung it round the outside and got ahead, and then you got back ahead, and then he sent on your last lap, and that was great battling because you still stayed in front. And yeah, there was that one lap where you darted your way past all three of them, and then Warren just broke that little layer to stay in front. And then there was that lap where you were coming under pressure from both Ferraris. You were getting sandwiched at one point, and the heart rate must have gone up a bit. And then I guess the biggest point is we have to talk about that last lap. You were in the prime position, second last lap on the strip with the battery, with the DRS. Unfortunately, I think that battling with Sam made it so you weren't going to just get Ridian and get ahead. You were like side by side with him. And just take us from your point of view. Could you generally just not do anything there, or? Right. Right. It was Warren. Oh, right. I've just looked at it now. Right. Okay.
Right. I'm also trying to know where Eggy got his 3 second because literally up until the last two corners of the race, Eggy has not got a 3 sec. So he must have got it in the corners. Ah, there it is. He's got it. Yeah. And I see what you mean. Ridian's hit the wall. He's come across in front of you, and you really just can't do anything there. Hang on, I'm just looking at your inputs. Hang on. Oh, you literally go fully off the throttle when he goes in. Yeah, that's fully fine. In terms of like that's not your fault. Um, so unfortunate then. Because I'm not gonna lie, I caught. Well, this might just be ignored because it was the first safety car, which had a few issues, but there were quite a few thingies. Hopefully, yeah. Honestly, that'll just have to be a whole thing in itself. But from what I gather, then, if that's all right, then I think you may have generally just done a madness. Well, I remember Bramley at Lang did it in Singapore in season 5. He started 18th and he won. And that's not even the record for furthest back in one. Marine, he won Saudi from 19th a year ago. I believe that was the one you got. You started last and you got disqualified because of the 3 year. But still, nonetheless, a champion's drive from you right there. And yeah, from my gathering, you're 3 wide because Sam's last second gone for it. But it's not like he went. Oh no. Like Sam's made the corner as well. But the thing is, he's gone over the curb. He's not really even on the track anymore. So all I see is that ignore you. Like no offense, just ignore you. Drifting. Ridian is there. Sam to the inside, and there's no space for Sam to go. So he just hits Ridian and spins. I think that's fully on Sam from what I've seen. It's just his own error to make it 3 wide, and he's hit Ridian and he's gone off on his own. With you, you're wheel to wheel with Ridian. You're side by side with him. Because of the Sam and Ridian contact, that's obviously sent Ridian a bit wider. And obviously you have to back out or you're going in the wall. So you've backed out. You're still on the track. It's not that you've left the track and rejoined dangerously or anything. So you go into the next few corners. Ridian's obviously at a bad line. He hits the wall right in front of you. You're trying to avoid him. You're just trying to avoid people at that rate. And obviously Ridian's gone off, connected with Warren into the wall. And that's obviously not put you on the greatest of exits. That allowed Eggy ahead of you. Did you actually finish second or third on track? Because Sombra was close as well. It was like a Merc 1-2 or something. Yeah, they both had pens. Right, okay. But yeah, because I got so excited, I was like, oh my god, out of all that, Eggy has gone through all of them and he's going to get his first win. But then, right at the end, I did not see that he had a pen. So all of a sudden, I just see you're in first. And I'm like, oh my god, no way. And then Chubbs to second. Unbelievable. Wow. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, from the lowest of lows, with 3 races to go, with a qualifying ban behind your closest championship rival, you have now not only beaten him by a full 25 points because he's out, but you've done a last to first with a sublime drive. That's tier 2 for you. It can change like that. 0 to 0 stuff right there. A champion's drive, like I said, your 11th Grand Prix victory now in tier 2. And with Sam finishing 6th, this is the annoying part that I thought may have happened. With it being so close for quite a few races recently, I thought in the final, it's probably going to expand a little, surely, and it has. But maybe Qatar will bring it back down, I don't know. But for now, you're 21 points ahead of drifting, and 19 ahead of Sam. You were 2 points ahead of Sam, and you've gained 17 on him today. So, with 2 races to go, you're 19 ahead of Sam, who is 2 points ahead of drifting. Unbelievable. That could be a championship defining race right there. Incredible. Well, there's still going to be quite a lot to sort, obviously, from that incredibly chaotic race. I got to find a new word for chaos because that doesn't even begin to summarise it. But yeah, that has been the Las Vegas Grand Prix. What a mega race. I will still highlight one more thing. That battle you had with Sam on the penultimate lap, though, was amazing. It was really good. So yeah, but out of it all, those are all the stories. A few have concluded, a few are yet to be decided. I believe Ferrari have won the Constructors' Championship after today, so well done to Sam and Chubster. But the drivers, well, I don't know if it's too early to say that one of them has one hand on it, but it's still 3 who could potentially win this. I don't even know about Eggy. He got 3rd today, so you never even know with him. But it's looking good for one particular one, and we'll see and we'll see what Sam and Drifting can do in Qatar next time out.